So this video is going to go over how to convert an existing subsummary sheet into a type 1 subsummary sheet. So it has to follow the general format of type 1 for this to work, but I would assume most likely you guys have something similar set up and you just need to make it work so that the code can find all the data as mentioned in the previous videos. So I have this subsummary type open, um, and then I also have this template one open for reference. So first thing you should do is you should always make sure that all your rows are at a height of 12.75 because that is how our standards are set up with auto table. So this will make sure that the text size and row spacing, or well, more so the row spacing, is correct for ODOT standards. So you should have something similar to this probably already set up. So the next step is to add, if I go switch over to a type 1, we need this item code, additional description, page number, splits, this number, and this total is what the code is looking for or needs. So I'm going to add some columns in here, or rows, I should say. Let me add some more, and I'm going to add a column in as well. So column B is what's needed for the split and page number data. So I'm going to start with the item code and additional description that's needed. So typically I move this over here, and then I'll put right here item underscore code. That's the exact text that needs to be entered for the code to find it. And then additional underscore description is the exact text that needs to be entered for the code to find it. Now these two should be entered into the same column, as well as that column should be the column immediately before the start of where you'd want to enter items. So you would put it right here in this example, and I always align my text like that. You can merge if you want. You can merge over here. You don't have to. If you want to, you can. And then you need page numbers. So like I said, column B is what's needed. So it's looking in column B for page space hashtag symbol for page number, and it's going to go right below it to find that. So I typically will border that, and then your split should be split space hashtag, and then you want to merge all the way to the start of where you start entering quantities. So you want to merge it down to here, to this row, because the code's going to find this split number in column B and then go, okay, at the next row is where I need to start grabbing data. And it's going to go down till it sees total in column B. So total, as you can see in this existing template, total. So now when the code opens this up and looks at this, it'll know it needs to grab, the total page totals from this row, and it knows from this row up to this row is where all the split quantities would ensue. So that is the bare basics of what you need to add for this sheet to work. Again, it's dynamic. You can add insert rows as needed. Same thing, add insert columns as needed. You can, say like some of the sheets you might want to insert another, rate or some factor. And you can use that in equations and formulas down here to fill out quantities as needed. You can add stuff as needed. That's how dynamic the code is. Once all it needs to do is find this stuff and everything will work. So you can make it look pretty like I did, bold some stuff and add some borders and highlight cells and whatnot. I'm not going to waste the time in this video to do that, but I'll do that much. So the next thing that you'd want to do is make it so that these formulas are here to fill out once you enter an item code and additional description. And so to do that, these formulas use named ranges that hit this add-in. So you need the add-in for the formulas to work, because that's what gets the item master data. So there's two add-ins, or there's two named ranges. So I'll add one's called item, and I copied to, so I don't have to type all this in. And you can get this from the worksheet or existing template, as well as the documentation. You can grab that. So this is what it refers to as this item master add-in file. I hit OK, and then I'll add another one. Well, it's named this, referring to this. Alright, so now that I have my two named ranges, I'm going to go half screen here for this stuff. I can come here and I can copy. I can copy this formula and paste it. Let me X out of that, and I can paste it. And so one thing you have to worry about is if it's lining up with the right cell. So these should be moved to the item code cell. And you can do the same for the other formulas. And again, you want to move these ones up to the appropriate cells. And these ones are for additional description. And we'll do the same thing for this formula. I'll move those up to the item code. And then we can take these formulas and drag them across like this. And because of dumb merging, we have to do them separate. and we could fix that border stuff easily. But you'll see now that this is, this formula is, dragged over correctly. And then we also want to put a formula down here for totaling up stuff. So we'll grab that one. I'll paste it in and fix the ranges to look at the right stuff. So need to go here, here, like that. And then we can drag this formula across. So now we have, for the most part, this sheet has been updated. So we can fix all this up. I'm not going to go through that in the video. Now, if for types 1, you can repeat this sheet, under, as long as you leave one row free. If you wanted another one in the same file, or you could copy this, and make another like that. You can come here and take everything here, paste it down here, change that to now this, the way, you don't have to do it like this, but you can just change this to number 2 like that, or you could set up formulas. And you can set formulas to hit this, so you can set the starting sheet number here, and then you can have it fill out the right number here, but I'm not going to do that. So there's a detailed way of how to, I guess, update a sheet so it works. Oh, and the last step, one of the most important steps, cell A1 needs to have a 1 for type 1, or the code won't be able to recognize the sheet. And I would go through and make the cells with formulas. I would protect those format cells, or lock them. I would make sure anything I need to edit would be unlocked, like it is, and whatnot. And then I would just protect the sheet, not put a password on it, and then there you get a working template. And so this process is the same for the other ones. I will have, for the other types, I will go through a video, but I don't think I'll make them as detailed as this one. So see you in the next video.